In this video, we'll be discussing the different types of errors in JavaScript. So we'll be discussing what they mean, why they happen, and how to fix them. So JavaScript errors might look scary at first, but they're actually your best debugging tool. So you might be wondering, what are error messages? So an error message appears when JavaScript finds something it can't understand or execute. It usually tells you three things: what type of error it is, what caused it, and which line it happened on. So let's go through the common error types. So we're going to start off with syntax errors. And a syntax error occurs when code structure is written incorrectly. So for example, I'll write a console.log statement here, and I will forget the quotation on the right here. So I'll run this, and it'll provide me with the syntax error saying that I have an invalid or unexpected token, and it will tell me where this is occurring. And it points to hello because, of course, hello does not have that extra quotation that it needs to run successfully. So I'll place that quotation here, and now it runs hello, or hello is outputted. So let's remove the parenthesis now and run this, and it'll provide us with a syntax error again because the right parenthesis is missing after the argument list, and it shows us exactly where this is occurring. So that is a syntax error and why it occurs. So let's remember that a syntax error in JavaScript means that the code will not start running because the code itself is invalid. So when we fix these errors within the code will successfully run into the debug console. So now let's talk about reference errors. So a reference error occurs when we are using a variable that does not exist. So for example, in the console here, I will try to output my name, but this is a variable that we have not yet declared or defined. So it gives us a reference error, my name is not defined. So we must fix this by defining the variable my name and giving it a value. So now it is fixed. Now there is no reference error because we have fixed my name and given it a value. We've defined my name, given it a value, and now the console is able to print my name. So now let's discuss type errors. So type errors occur when an operation doesn't match the data type. So for example, let's say we define a variable called number and give it a value of 100. We then try to console.log number to convert it to uppercase. But of course, this is not going to work because number is a number, not a string, and to uppercase is only applicable, is a function that is only applicable to string values. So let's start the debug, and it gives us a type error telling us that to uppercase is not a function for a number. So we must fix this by using a string value. So I do this, start, and now it converts to uppercase because hello is a string value while 100 was not. So now let's discuss range errors. So range errors occur when a number is outside of a valid range. So a good example of this is we will define a variable called bad array, and we will create a new array within here and give it a value of -5. We're going to console.log bad array, and we will see what this outputs. So it has given us a range error because the array length is invalid. So arrays must have a positive length. Negative or too large values will cause a range error. So the way to fix this is we give it a value of 5 because this is a positive value that is not too large, and it outputs us an array with length 5. So that is how you fix a range error and when it occurs. So now let's talk about eval errors, and these are extremely uncommon in JavaScript. So Modern JS rarely throws this automatically, so the best way to actually cause an eval error is by using this statement, throw new eval error, and we will say this is a manual eval error example, and we're going to run this, and it gives us an eval error, and it tells us or shows us basically what we have written in the statement here. So this is very rare, and it's easily triggered if we manually throw the new eval error. So this is essentially one of the only ways to actually trigger this in modern JavaScript. And this is a type of error that you won't see a lot, like the syntax error and the reference error, etc. So those are the different types of errors in JavaScript, and this is extremely important so you know where you've gone incorrect in your code if you have an error outputted. So I hope you enjoyed the video and learned something new. If you did, please like the video and subscribe, and I will see you for the next video. Thank you.